Well, good afternoon. Thank you all so much for this wonderful reception for Jessica. I'm Laurie Lewis. I'm Jessica's mum, but also the chef de mission for the Para-Pan Am Bermuda team. We went to Toronto with 3 athletes, 2 bocce, Uche, De Silva, Andre, and Steve Wilson, and Jessica in athletics. Uche and Steve competed at the beginning of the week, and they were amazing. Uche took the number 18 to a tiebreaker on the edge of our seats. They were absolutely wonderful. And then Jessica competed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, she did her heat for her 100. She was the fastest time. Went to the final on Thursday, and I'm sure you've all seen the video. She blew them away. She's had a phenomenal year, and this is just the climax of all her hard work and dedication. After this, she heads to Doha, Qatar for World Championships, which she's already qualified for, and she is qualified for the Rio Paralympics next year. So we're all extremely proud. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I introduced myself as Jessica's super bragging granny, and I'm the one that sends out the newsletters that Laurie writes about all her events, and I am her self-appointed press secretary in Bermuda. So if you hear of Granny Barb, that's me. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate your support and your interest. And Jessica, you are my golden granddaughter.
Wow. Jessica, again, congratulations on behalf of the Premier, the government. Just such an inspiration to everyone here in Bermuda. The island's been a buzz talking about your win. And not just a win, like I said, she crushed the competition. So we're all going to be behind you for Qatar in October. And we're just really inspired and touched by what you've been able to accomplish. You know, when you started out, you weren't blowing the competition away like you were, but now with the hard work and with your dedication, you get a target on your back now. When you're in Doha, you're going to be the #1 seed over there. You're going to be the golden girl. So we're really excited to have you back. And I admit to being competitive myself. I said to the Premier, I want to be the first one to welcome you back. So I raced out and was sure to grab the gold and share that moment with you. So it's an absolute honor to be here, not only as a friend of yours, Jessica, but as a super fan as well. So thank you for all you've done, and thanks everyone here for coming out. It's a phenomenal reception, I think, for you, and you deserve it. So well done, and without no further ado, let's put the spotlight on the real star today. So.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you all for coming out here and showing your support for me. And I'm just so honored to be able to bring home a medal to Bermuda. I love it so much, and it's truly an honor to represent my country. And okay. I've had a really good racing season, so to be able to bring home a gold is certainly incredible, and I really want to thank my coach Ken Tom, who was there this week with me, and through the ups and downs that I was having this week, and all the nerves and everything going into these races, and just going to work really hard at getting better at the longer distances, and hopefully be on that podium again, and I'm really looking forward to World Championships, so thank you.
Well, star of the moment, star of Bermuda. Well, let's a bit leading up to before you got to go. You had Uche and Steve taking part, and we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose focus that there was a team of you, three of you. Definitely. And how much inspiration seeing them perform did you get to go out and actually perform yourself?
Well, Uche and Steve did an incredible job. I was so proud. I was getting teary in their games. It was great. And it was definitely great to have a team this year because 4 years ago I was the only one. So to see them come along 4 years later was absolutely incredible. And just watching them and watching their determination to win those matches and having us on the edge of their seats in their games was definitely inspiration.
Laurie, for you being the chef, was that one of the first times you've seen those two compete internationally?
Yes, definitely. And it was wonderful. Toronto 2015 did it really well for the Bermuda team because they had the bocce players competing on Monday and Sunday and Monday. Yeah. So we could all go and Jessica could come and watch them, and then Jessica competed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so they could come and watch her. So it was.
Well, I kind of worked
wonderful.
up the schedule while I was there and told them they needed to make sure that you.
Thanks, Earl.
I'm gonna take a little credit for something.
Okay.
But Jessica, you wear this gold medal, and for those obviously you can't see it, but she wears it. It's quite huge. When I know we spoke about the actual race, the 100. Going down the straight, you can, well, because obviously we got a video and we can hear the screams and and then I was watching it live, and I was watching it with my youngest son Marco, and we were in the living room just jumping around, jumping around. He was high-fiving, he couldn't believe it. But going across the finish line, what was the thoughts?
Well, to tell you the truth, during the race, it started off, we had a false start go off, so that was a little bit nerve-wracking. I was pretty sure it wasn't me, and then it turned out there was no charge, so I'm not really sure what came of that. But my coach talked to me after, and he was like, that was very nerve-wracking, because he had no idea, but I knew that it wasn't me. But we go into each race, and we kind of have like a strategy or a goal, and just the way that my 100 meters have been going this year, he said he wanted the race done at 20 meters. And
was done at 5. 2 pushes and your wheel was out front, and race over.
So all I was really focusing on was that 20-meter mark and being ahead. And when I got to that 20-meter mark, my wheel was ahead of my competitors. And at that point, I just put my head down and kept going. And I wasn't really thinking much besides getting over that finish line. And once I got across and I realized that I was first, it was amazing.
Were you surprised when you looked up at the time?
Yeah. And I really wanted to get that record. My mentor, Angela Forber-Pratt, previously had it, and she basically told me to go and get it. And I knew that I have been running consistently 17 seconds with a few 16s in there, so I thought it was a very obtainable goal. Well,
I managed to get a comment from her late that night.
Yeah.
I saw her on Facebook, and I just messaged her and said, now that your record's gone, I remember talking to her here in Bermuda when she was here for the Women Sports, and she said that she was extremely proud. The fact that her record was taken by someone she's so close with and so forth. So that was a blessing in disguise for many people. Over the years, I've watched your career from a long time ago, but over the years, I've seen you become what you are today, a very powerful young lady. You've grown into a new chair. Still got the pink.
Yeah, definitely.
Coach Ken, what has he been for your life?
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I am so grateful for Coach Ken. And actually, for the medals, you get a patchy, and the patchy has a medal on it, so I gave that to him because he deserves it just as much as I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And obviously your mom and your family, they've been your rock and your support.
Yeah.
Having your mom as the chef.
Yeah.
So you can't do anything wrong.
Nope.
She's the manager, but she's mom.
Yeah.
What is that? What was that like? Sharing a gold medal with mom, in many ways, chef and mom.
Yeah.
At the race, going through it emotionally with you.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Absolutely incredible. I mean, you make me cry.
It's okay.
Me too. My whole family was there as well, so it's great to have their support and for them to be there to see my first gold medal. And and I thank VHS for allowing my mom to come out and take a leave of absence from work so that she can come with me on this journey.
Well, you know what's going to have to happen now. You're going to have to go to VHS and take your medal and show it.
Yes, definitely.
That's the reward.
Yeah.
But leaving Bermuda as the chef, Nori, you always have ambitions and goals for the athletes. Did you, at any point in time, wake up one night thinking gold medal?
We knew that she had a chance to be on the podium for the 100 when she got this new chair that the staff of Tokyo raised the money for.
Right.
And just her season in this new chair, because the seating's all different. She can explain all of that to you, all the technical side of it. But we knew that she would be faster, but had no idea she would be this much faster.
Right.
And when we went to Switzerland in May, there was 3 events in Switzerland, and when she broke the 17-second mark, I mean, coming in there, your personal best time was 18.
51, I think.
Yeah. So for her to take 2 seconds off a 100-meter was just amazing. So from that point, when she did it the first time, Coach Ken always says, you got to give it to me 3 times.
Right.
And when she did it the first time, and then she did it the second time, and then she did it the third time, we were like, wow,
Right.
she really, really has a shot at this. But we always say to her, you know, there's no expectations at these races. We don't expect you to go there and get on the podium. You go there and you do what you know how to do. And whatever place you come, we're just so extremely proud
Right.
that, you know, little Jessica. And that's what all the other racers call her.
If you look around, I mean,
Yep.
you look on the start line, we can go back to the video.
Yeah.
Little tiny Jessica.
Yep.
Jessica, I don't know, well, you were so focused. But your last race was the 400.
Yeah.
When they were introducing you on television,
Yeah.
they started behind you, and
Yeah.
you saw this little small frame, and then and my boy said to me, "Why did they do that from the back?" I said, "Because they were showing how tiny she really is,
Yeah.
and little small Jessica,
That's right.
but she's out there doing great big things."
Yeah.
You know, when you look at the other athletes and how they build and the structure and everything, it's amazing to be out there and to be one that everybody's now looking not over their shoulder anymore.
No, that's
They're
right.
looking beside themselves because here you are.
Yeah. She was always the little one from Bermuda that would be in the race.
Yes.
But, you know, she would be back in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th spot. But when she did that 100-meter in Switzerland,
Right.
and I mean, athletes and coaches, especially from the States and Canada, who have followed Jessica's career,
Right.
they were coming to her and to me and to Coach Ken and that, just saying, wow,
Right.
where did that come from? And so it was pretty incredible. And the coaches from Canada and the States they're just wonderful. In
Right.
Toronto, you're given time slots that you can go to the training track.
Yes.
And Jessica got put in with the U.S. team. So Coach Ken was away for the first week when we were there before
Right.
competition started. So she would go with the U.S. team and train with them.
Right.
And she was right there in there with them. And you know, they're just wonderful, wonderful people. And they want to help each other and just keep the sport going.
Right.
But when they hit that start line, it's all business.
Oh yes.
It was
Oh yes.
Yeah, so we're very, very lucky
Right.
that she has that
Yeah.
camaraderie with the other racers.
Right.
Yeah.
It was definitely funny because one of the coaches of the U.S. team, she came over to me on one of the race days, and she said, "I just wanted to let you know that the U.S. loves you because when they got their heat sheets and they highlight like their athletes that are in races, she started to highlight my name because I'm always around them." So she was like, I got like halfway through, and I was like, "Oh, that's not our athlete."
They just want you on their team.
Well, they can't have you.
No.
You belong to us.
Yes.
The fact that you were talking, because you just arrived on the island, and at the airport you were talking about working on the longer events.
Yeah.
Is that one of those things where you think you need to master the 100, but then use the others as a build towards that?
Definitely, yeah, because this year my coach and I have decided to focus mainly on the 100 and 200 meters. Unfortunately, there wasn't a 200 meter at the Parapan, but there is a World Championships in October. So that's kind of our focus this year, and then the 4 and the 8 are kind of my bonus races this year. And then so this season, or kind of off season, when I'm training, we'll really work on building more power, more muscle, and more stamina, so that I can
Do those
be in
longer
those
versions.
longer ones. Yeah.
The 100 meters is a straight.
Yeah.
The 200 becomes a little more technical because you have to turn, push, turn, push.
Yeah.
How much of that in a rhythm do you need to work on to make sure that when you get to that the straight of the 200 that you're in the right position?
Yeah, and it's all about timing, hitting your compensator right, and making sure that you hit it quick.
Right.
So I'm kind of a little bit slow. I'm working on hitting it faster than I do hit it, just because you can lose even like 1/100th of a second, and,
Right.
and that can make all the difference in the world.
Right.
So it's just practicing hitting your compensator and making sure you actually hit it on the straight. My 400 meter in Parapan, I kind of missed it and went over.
A
And,
couple of times.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I've seen you compete, I've seen you train, and talking to you about different things. I watched that. I watched the 800, and I can see the technical side of it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You definitely have to think on your feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or on your wheels.
Now, the 800. I said, Jessica, slow down, save some. You got another race in 2 hours. Slow down, slow down.
Yeah.
But do you get kind of caught up in the fact that the race is on and you're trying to win that, no matter what's coming ahead or what's in front of you?
Definitely. I mean, your adrenaline just kicks in, and you're just like, just go, 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 go,
Right.
go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And having that 800, you think that was a blessing for you to have the 800 and then 2 hours later come back from the 100?
Yeah. I
It
think
helped
so.
you to refocus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get those nerves out.
Yeah. Definitely.
What were you doing for that 2 hour period in between the two races?
Talking to my coach. I wasn't too thrilled with the 800 how it went. Just kind of a little bit of the technical part, like getting in a draft and that kind of thing.
Right.
But kind of my coach just talked with my coach, and we actually were gonna watch a movie on his iPad, but then it turned out it was dead, so we couldn't do that. But I just ended up talking to him, and he helped me refocus and get all the negative stuff out of there and refocus and.
Expectations for yourself now. You're the fastest T53 female para athlete in our region.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. I'll say that one more time. You are the fastest T53 female in our region.
Yeah.
Do you put extra expectations on yourself when you go to the World Championships?
I mean, I have high hopes for World Championships, but I don't really feel like I put any pressure on myself. I'm confident in what I can do, and I know that I can do it well, and I'm just going to get out there and do what I've been doing all season. Yeah.
Well, one thing's for sure, you have a lot of support.
Thank you.
With your family, with your friends, there was enough people at the airport.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure around Bermuda there's enough people that want to congratulate you.
Yep.
I couldn't stop buzzing. You'd have thought I ran across the finish line. But it's, I mean, just to watch it and be a part of it is something very, very special. You have someone who's grinning from ear to ear to your right.
Yeah.
Big sister.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get her to say something, but not right now. Because see, I like putting her on the spot. She says very little, but she's always there to support.
Yeah.
As a big sister. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come closer to the mic. As a big sister, going through the emotional ride, you've been there, seen it all, done it all, the tears, the joys. That medal, what does it mean to you? Speechless.
I am speechless. Just when she was up on the podium, it was so surreal. It was just like, that's my sister.
Right.
And it's lost for words,
Right.
It's
Right.
There was a lot of tears.
A lot of tears.
Well, that's,
and happy and
listen, Reagan Granny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got the emotional ride in script, on phone. I mean, and I could hear the buzz when we talked on the phone. I could hear the buzz in the background, and it was It was near 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I can still hear all the. And that's why I said to you, I said, how do you calm yourself down to get ready for the 800, the 400, which was the next night.
Yeah.
So just knowing what athletes go through, and you train very hard for moments like that.
Yeah.
So World Championships are coming.
Yeah.
And then the big one.
Yeah. Rio Paralympics.
2016.
Yep.
You look at the times you've done in 2012.
Yep.
And you've what would you say? Smashed those.
Yep.
Yeah. Those times don't even exist anymore.
No. If they do, there's a big problem, and my coach will kick my butt.
Okay. But you still have another year.
Yep.
What are you trying to? How much more time are you trying to take off to have a say in each of the races you do?
Yeah.
You already do have a say.
Yeah. Well, we don't really focus on times in our races. We focus on technique and getting that better and honing in on what you really need to work on. So my coach always says we plan to work and we work the plan.
Right.
So that always sticks with me, and so we just go out there, and we know that the time is a byproduct of what our technique and everything like that. And once we get the technique down, we are able to repeat that, because you don't want to go into a race and get a stellar time, but you have no idea what you did to get that, and you can't repeat it.
Do you look at your form more now than you did before?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And working on making sure that I have that drive and that power in each push of the rim. Yeah.
I know you're here for about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yay!
well, you say yay. I know Coach Ken has a schedule for you.
Oh yes. Yeah.
When are you back in training?
Wednesday.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And for the people that really don't understand the time and what you have to do to get yourself in shape for events, what is a regular week of training with Coach Ken?
So during the school year, I'm in the gym 3 days a week lifting weights, and then I'll, depending on how close we are to a competition or what we're focusing on in training, we can go anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week in the chair. Yeah.
5 to 7 days. Now, at the track, you would do reps of 200s?
Yep.
Where you do the whole track, but it's 200 at a hard pace.
And then 200 active rest, we call it.
And then the minute you get back, it's going again.
Yeah.
It's and you do this for quite some time, because I've been there and seen it. She go by herself, because I don't know. But just the repetitions of continuing, going on and on and on.
Yeah.
And you got your family there, and they're there. Water.
Yep.
It's almost like NASCAR.
Yeah.
As you're driving across, have this water now, get going, sort of thing. And but the discipline that you've instilled in yourself and family has encouraged and helped you in that way to go out and make sure that you follow the training regiment.
Yeah.
Is that some of the things that you think paid off for this moment?
Definitely. It's all in that gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you train what, 200 hours for 1 week?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And some of the training, if you're doing high intensity, in the wintertime in Canada, not too good to be outside, so they're on rollers in Coach Ken's basement.
Right.
And high-tech stuff this is. And, but if you have a high-intensity session, you do your warm-up, and then it's basically 4 minutes is the training session, because it's high intensity.
Right.
That we'll explain it.
So, like one of our drills would be like 2 sets of 5 20-second sprints. So you just put everything you have into those 20 seconds.
Right.
And then you have 2.5-minute rest in between the 20 seconds. And then you have a 5-minute rest in between your set.
So that's, okay, you done the 100 in 17 something.
67 was the record
Okay.
time. Yeah.
So you've got another 3 seconds to push, because that's what you literally were doing. Push. Then you have a 2-minute
2.5 minute, yeah.
Okay. Get as much oxygen back in. And
much
then go
water
again.
and
And for the person sitting in their chair, just try to push your arms down for 20 seconds. Just keep pushing them down.
Yeah.
But then think of you're moving your body. Everything's got to be in sequence, and that becomes a very tough.
And the track chair is not as comfortable as sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Well, we can. I mean, just looking at it, you can tell that is the case. But hopefully, all the good accolades that should be coming your way come your way.
Yeah.
Bermuda needs to now realize that they have a world champion. A new world champion. And it'll be a number of years, at least 4, before that title can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
And who knows, you'll be back to do it all over again.
Yeah. I'm determined to keep that.
and that's the key.
Yep.
You know, go back as many times as you can to defend that, what you have.
Yeah.
Where do you keep that now? Not around your neck.
No. Well, we're talking about maybe framing it And I actually got my photo finish from the race.
Right.
So we're thinking of framing that with that, and maybe my number with it as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You remember your number?
137.
Well, I shouldn't say. I remember it because when they took the shot from behind.
Right.
And Marco doesn't like odd numbers, so he said, "See, Marco, it's all odd numbers, 137." So those are the type of things that would always stick with me, and hopefully you do get your time, and the public does get a chance to see you, see the medal, a gorgeous medal, and meet your family, because they have been the rock and support for you
Definitely.
Throughout this whole ride, and we still got a ways to go because. The wave finishes in September next year.
In Rio, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
September.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be there.
All right. Yeah.
You've been awesome, Earl, right from the beginning. I mean, you meet us up there at crazy early morning hours when Jessica's training at the track here. And then, I mean, you're off to do 5 and 6 other sports. I don't know how you do it. You deserve a gold medal, too. Keeping everybody on the island.
But I look at it as my job is to make sure that the public are aware that we have athletes doing remarkable things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether it be
We sure
locally
do.
or abroad.
We sure do.
And we need to make sure that our athletes are acknowledged and appreciated to know that they're up there doing it at all odd hours.
That's right.
Why
Yeah.
can't we be up there
That's
to
right.
make sure that the public know what they have?
That's right.
We don't want to just say, oh, Jessica Lewis won the gold medal at the Parag, but what did she do before that?
That's right.
You know, who knows their name before that?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It is. The
Yeah.
sacrifices that they make. And, you know, we would go out for dinner and she's like, protein, I need protein.
Right.
And then dessert, let's have, you know, ice cream. And
Right.
she's like, maybe not this time, you know.
Right.
You know, they do. The sacrifices they make, being away from Bermuda, being
Mm-hmm.
away from her family. I mean, she's home here now for 2 weeks and then she's back and she goes back to university and back training and, you know, it's...
So now,
yeah.
hey, now Coach Ken walks around with a big smile on his face because he's got a new, a new horse in the stable, as
Yeah.
they call it, you know, with a medal. And now the school can start touting that they have
Oh, yeah.
a world champion.
There's been a lot of advertising from Brock and the St. Catharines Standard, where Brock is located.
Right.
I had an interview with them yesterday, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So the champ walks the rolls the halls.
And actually, it's a small world because she got a record that you have to go to doping, drug testing.
Yes.
And the lady that was the head when she was being drug tested was a professor from her university, from
Yeah.
Brock University.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Small world.
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the experience in Canada, is that one that would you say has put it to the top of your sporting?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, and to have the support of my coach has been incredible, and all the opportunities that Canada has provided me is great. Yeah.
And we're looking forward to seeing you at the track.
All right.
Sometime soon, very soon.
Yes.
Even if it's just for training, just to see you go through. And I encourage people that are listening that if you're driving across the track and you see a white van parked by the gate, Jessica's in there training. So I'll give up the secret. And religiously, you're there. You do what you have to do. If it's not you, Laurie, it's your daughter. It's somebody from the family making sure that the commitment is there to ensure that, hey, the end result is there.
Yeah.
So have you had the family picture yet with everyone and the medal?
Yep.
Couple.
Yeah.
Quite a
There
few.
was a big photo shoot.
It was? Okay. And now you're going to have the one with all the Bermuda family.
Yes.
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 Because there were quite a few at the airport, and I saw the pictures being taken.
Yeah.
But congratulations, welcome home.
The support from Bermuda has been unbelievable.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Facebook and you folks, your
Right.
reporters and that, just, I mean, overwhelming, just
Yeah.
so incredible. And she does deserve it.
Yes.
She has worked so hard.
Yes.
And just to see everything come together has just been amazing. And Coach Ken said she's not done yet.
Oh, well, that's,
Yeah.
there you heard it from Coach Ken
Yeah.
through Chef, Mom, everybody. So thank you very much for taking the time. I know you guys just came back. You're probably tired, still on that emotional ride.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for joining us here at VSB. congratulations once again, and we look forward to you at the World Championships and then 2016 in Rio.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for having me.
No problem.